You guys know I've been tough on the pass rush. I've been tough on the pass rush, man. And I am going to give this guy his credit, but I'm also I don't want to be a party pooper. All right. So I'm not trying to be that, but we have to have this conversation. Al-Quadin Muhammad, the depth piece to Marcus Davenport and Aiden Hutchinson. He reached a career high yesterday for a season in sacks at 9. His previous career was 6.5. And he showed up big time yesterday. And the shocker and the thing that Lions fans are going crazy about, he reminds me of James Houston. I think he's better than James Houston. Speaking of James Houston, crazy that James Houston leads the Dallas Cowboys in sacks. All right? So maybe Al-Quadin Muhammad will lead another team in sacks if he wasn't a Detroit Lion. Leads the team in sacks with 9 over Hutch's 8.5. He played a great game yesterday. And Lions fans are getting excited. They're getting excited. Oh, the pass rush is fixed. It's reborn. And I am telling you that you need to pump your brakes. We've seen this before. But I do want to take a moment and I want to give AQM his flowers. This is his stats through the season so far. 30 years old, 6th-round pick in 2017 in New Orleans. That's why he wound up in Detroit. He is 10th in the league in sacks, amassing 3 yesterday in the game against the Dallas Cowboys. We go to his stats, and we're looking at sacks. He has now passed his career high that he had his last year in Indianapolis. He actually played for the Bears, had 1 sack. We acquired him last season from a practice squad. Now, I did hear Dallas Cowboy fans saying yesterday that they cut Al-Quadin in training camp. I don't know how certain that is. All I know is I remember making a video about us signing him, and in 9 games, he had a sack. So that's 1 sack approximately every 3rd game. Then you go to today or this year. He's got 13 games, 9 sacks. That's fantastic. But here's the problem that I have with AQM. And it's not really a problem with him. I just don't have the faith that you might have. First of all, he disappears way too much for me. If we go and we look in at his 2025 stats, nowhere to be found in Green Bay. And I know what you're going to say. Derek, he leads the team in sacks, and he's got more than Hutch. And all. We've seen this before. You've tried to defend James Houston, and look what happened. Anytime you try, and trust me, Hutch, this is not sitting well with Aiden Hutchinson, but it's only so much you can do. And one of the reasons that Al-Quadin Muhammad was to get here is because he has Hutch. I'm not a big pressure guy, but check this out. According to the stats that I've seen, Aiden Hutchinson himself, and I'm not a big pressure guy. To me, it's about getting sacks, but pressures can create opportunity for other players. What's a pressure for you helps your buddy get a sack. And I think we saw that yesterday. Shout out to Aleem McNeil as well. Got a sack yesterday. So everybody was eating yesterday. Al-Quadin Muhammad was eating the most. Aiden Hutchinson got 10 pressures. He had more pressures than the entire Dallas Cowboy defense. That's according to the stats that I've seen. All right. So I think we need to see consistency from AQM before we start really having these discussions. So you get no sacks in game 1. You get 1 sack in game 2. Okay, fantastic. You get 2.5 in game 3. This is where everybody was falling in love with AQM. And then after that, you go 0-0, 1, half, 1. And then this stretch of 4 games that you went MIA. And then as a matter of fact, you had an opportunity to end the game or get off the field against Jameis Winston 2 weeks ago, and you whiffed. You get one in a loss to Green Bay. No, we're right here. We're right here. Okay, we're right here. My bad. Sorry. So you disappear, and then you get 3 yesterday. Now, who's to say that the remaining 4 games, there won't be a sack? Like, will Al-Quadin get a sack the remaining 4 games, or is he going to disappear after that? Now, again, I don't want to take away from the fact that he just hit a career high. There's no doubt about that. But are we really going to say that he's the answer. So people watching this on playback and in the comment section, do you think Al-Quadin Muhammad is the answer? Do you think he's the answer? Okay, so Tammy says he said it was because the coaches challenged him. You've got to challenge yourself, dude. Derek, so what do you think? Drippin says team sack leader. So I mean, okay, what I don't this okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? First of all, he leads the team by half a sack. Secondly, the dude that allows him, we're not going to act like Aiden is a non-factor. That's what we're not going to act like. So this cannot be a serious conversation. So let's stay in the moment. Al-Quadin Muhammad played a killer game yesterday. But haven't we seen this movie before? How many times have we seen this movie? You've watched it at the theater. You went back to see it. You bought the DVD. Now you're watching it on TV. We've seen this movie before. So the thing that I will say is this. I think that knowing our general manager and seeing that he hit a career high, I think that Al-Quadin Muhammad earned himself a contract in Detroit. My concern is that he is going to be the new number 2. And right now, I have a concern. Will I still have that concern after the season? We'll see. If he can consistently show up. And let's not forget, he was also up against a backup tackle yesterday. Like, come on, man. So if he can keep this going, then I might change my tune. But I'm not ready to crown him. I'll use that. I'm not ready to crown him edge number 2. Are you? Okay, Aaron says he's not the answer, but he's not part of the problem. I am. Dripping says I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, the whole jug. Corey says we've seen this movie a ton of times. Show me consistency or it's the same as always. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So nobody said that Al-Quadin Muhammad was bad. No one said that. That's not what we were saying. I was saying that we need a legit, consistent number 2. Because how many of those sacks were created from Hutchinson? Because I'm going to tell you, man, Hutch is close. I think that Hutch is going, this is what I feel. Every single time, because Hutch has ended the season as the sack leader, but he's not always led in sacks throughout the season. Like last year, he was on a tear. He led the season, the team always, I believe, and then he wind up, getting injured. Hutch is feeling some type of way. He's not against his teammate, but internally. Trust me. We've been watching this guy for 3.5 years, man. He is taking this personal. Hutchinson is always back there, but he's right there, right? When Hutch gets going, he's gonna be crazy. He's gonna be crazy. And if we get a solid D-line and a guy that can help him consistently, Hutch is going to be that guy, I'm telling you. He's always back there, always back there. Yesterday, it was so many that slipped out of his hands. I was like, yo, there was literally one that slipped out of his hands. And it was one that he was running this guy down. I think he was running Prescott, just chasing after him, giving it all he got. Prescott, he dodged him and all that stuff. And then Hutch was like, he had to come out and take a breather. But he really, really, really wanted a sack yesterday. So what I need from AQM. Okay, Braylon says, do it again against the Rams. AQM is better than James Houston. There's no debate about that. There's no debate about that. James has never... Okay, listen. I compared him to James Houston because we are putting up... He's the man. He's the man. The same way that we did in 2022 when James Houston came out. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but when James Houston came out and he got 2 sacks against Josh Allen, and then he had 3 against Justin Fields, and all of a sudden he's sitting at 7 or 8, and Hutch is sitting at y'all. Some of y'all were like, "Oh my God, he's better than the 2nd overall pick," and I'm like, "Stop it." The 2nd overall pick is consistently in the backfield. He just got to finish. That's all he got to do. When he gets that, he is going to get 10, 12, 15, 20. It's coming. Trust me. As soon as Brad gets a consistent helper, it's going to come even sooner. But I'm not going to, I've seen this movie before. I've seen it with him, Al-Quadin. I've seen it with James Houston. I've seen it with I'm happy for the dude, career high, but you can't go disappearing for multi-game stretches. Let's see what you can do against Stafford. Like, okay, let's do this. And Braylon, I see your super chat. Let's do this. Let's look and let's see what quarterbacks were you facing that you didn't get a sack, right? And we're not even going to talk about the offensive line. We're just going to look at the quarterbacks. All right, so you sacked Lamar. That was a feat. And I think that's what hyped everybody up. When we played Cleveland, Joe Flacco was the quarterback. This was before the trade. He got no sacks. Then we played the backup quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. No sacks. You did get a garbage time sack against Patrick Mahomes. You got half a sack against Baker. You sacked J.J. McCarthy. You couldn't sack Marcus Mariota. You couldn't sack Jalen Hurts. You couldn't sack Jameis Winston. And you couldn't sack Jordan Love. Even Hutch showed up here. Right? So, again, you've got the multi-sack games. And some of these sacks are the running chase you down sacks. And I'm not trying to take anything away from AQM. I'm happy for the dude. But we got to stop with the overpraise. With the, our pass rush woes are fixed. No, they're not. No, they're not. And this is my fear, is that Brad believed in these group of guys. I know that he has earned a contract. I just don't know if it'll be here. AQM will stay here. Maybe he gets a big payday from somebody else, somewhere else. But I have no doubt that Brad will want to sign him. 2-year deal. He is going to be like Alex Anzalone a few years ago. So I'm not there yet, but I'm happy for the man. Let me know what you think in the comments.